there's literally not even a good guess as to how this was built.
Scientists have long marveled at the architectural brilliance of the Egyptian pyramids. For centuries, they stood as monuments to a forgotten era, guarding secrets buried beneath thousands of years of sand and stone. But now, after decades of speculation and careful research, a team of international scientists has managed to penetrate one of the most mysterious regions ever detected inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, a previously hidden chamber, sealed off from the world since its construction over 4,500 years ago. This discovery isn't just another dusty relic or forgotten artifact. What the team found inside challenges our understanding of ancient Egypt, human history, and possibly even our place in the universe. Using advanced scanning technology, including cosmic ray muon radiography, scientists first identified anomalies within the pyramid in 2017. These were voids that didn't line up with any known passageways or chambers. At the time, these discoveries sparked speculation, but no one knew for certain what lay within. After years of technological preparation, precision drilling, and negotiations with Egyptian authorities, the team was granted access to explore one of these voids, a chamber located just above the Grand Gallery. The chamber, untouched since the pyramid's construction, had never been entered in modern history. When the team breached the wall and inserted a tiny robotic probe into the darkness, what it captured stunned even the most skeptical experts. Inside was a perfectly preserved room, unlike any other known space within the Great Pyramid. The chamber's walls were covered in carvings that didn't resemble typical Egyptian hieroglyphs. Instead, they featured strange, intricate symbols and geometric patterns. Some experts believe they resemble proto-writing, symbols from a time before formal language. Others say they bear eerie resemblance to depictions found at other ancient sites around the world, from South America to Mesopotamia. In the center of the chamber was a stone pedestal. On it sat a small black box, made of an unknown material. Tests later confirmed it was neither wood nor stone, nor any metal currently cataloged in modern databases. It was smooth, almost mirror-like, yet absorbed light in a way that made it appear darker than obsidian. It pulsed slightly when touched, as if it had some form of energy still active within it. When opened, the box revealed an object even more baffling. It was a disc, etched with a series of symbols spiraling inward. Surrounding the disc were tiny crystal-like shards that reacted to touch and heat. A leading materials scientist from Japan who examined them reported that the crystals behaved like quantum memory devices, capable of storing vast amounts of information. But information from where? And from whom? Linguists and AI researchers were brought in to try to decode the spiraling symbols. Initial analysis revealed repeating patterns, suggesting a mathematical language rather than a spoken one. An AI model, trained on ancient scripts and mathematical logic, began to uncover the first lines of what appears to be a form of instruction, almost like a user manual. And that's when the truly chilling part began. The decoded segments described not only the construction of the pyramid, but also a process for harnessing energy from the Earth itself. This wasn't just a tomb or a monument, it was a machine, a global energy node, built with mathematical precision to interact with planetary and cosmic forces. According to the translation, the pyramid was built as a stabilizing structure, part of a network, possibly even one of many such nodes positioned across the planet, designed to protect Earth from an incoming energy event. The texts referred to this event as a cosmic convergence, where planetary alignments and solar cycles would overlap in a way that could dramatically affect life on Earth. The next convergence? It's scheduled for the year 2042. Skeptics were quick to call it all pseudoscience. But then something unexpected happened. Earthquake monitoring stations around the Giza Plateau recorded a series of subtle electromagnetic pulses coming from beneath the pyramid, directly from the chamber that had been opened. The pulses followed a rhythm, and some researchers noted that it mirrored ancient musical scales used in sacred Egyptian chants. Sound engineers recreated the frequencies and played them in a controlled environment. The results were bizarre. Plants exposed to the frequencies grew at accelerated rates. Water molecules vibrated into unique fractal patterns. And in one controversial experiment, a subject reported vivid, near-lucid visions while exposed to the sound. Visions of stars, blueprints, and tall, glowing figures standing in an otherworldly landscape. Suddenly, everything we thought we knew about the Great Pyramid began to shift. Historical accounts from Greek scholars like Herodotus had long claimed the pyramids were not just tombs, but repositories of lost knowledge. Ancient legends spoke of the halls of records, secret places where the wisdom of a forgotten age was kept. Could this chamber be part of that myth? As the investigation deepened, further analysis of the black box revealed traces of isotopes not found on Earth. Some scientists began to wonder whether the materials were of extraterrestrial origin. That theory gained even more traction when the AII, continuing to decipher the spiral disk, uncovered a startling revelation: a star map. The coordinates pointed toward a region in the Orion constellation. This wasn't entirely surprising. Many ancient cultures, including the Egyptians, associated Orion with gods and the afterlife. But the level of precision was astonishing. The map showed orbital paths, planetary bodies, and what appeared to be calculations for interstellar travel. The chamber, it seems, was more than just a time capsule. It was a message, a warning, and possibly an invitation. The implications are staggering. If the pyramids were part of a planetary energy grid, then what other ancient structures might serve similar purposes? Could Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, Teotihuacan, or even the megaliths of Göbekli Tepe all be part of the same network? Suddenly, the bizarre similarities between ancient structures scattered across the globe started making sense. The shared geometry, the alignment with stars, the use of stones that defy the tools of their time. Perhaps they weren't cultural coincidences, but coordinated efforts. Coordinated by whom? That question remains unanswered. Some experts propose that a forgotten high civilization, wiped out by cataclysm or time, once spanned the globe. Others believe this discovery proves what fringe theorists have suggested for years, that ancient humans were in contact with beings not of this world. Egyptian mythology often depicted beings from the stars, like Thoth, the god of wisdom and knowledge, who was said to have come from the heavens to teach humanity writing, science, and architecture. Could the chamber be evidence that such stories were not just myth, but memory? Despite skepticism, even mainstream institutions are now paying attention. The Egyptian government, initially tight-lipped about the discovery, has since released limited footage and allowed a controlled release of the chamber's images, but access remains restricted. Independent researchers are calling for transparency, demanding open-source access to the data and scans. Meanwhile, the chamber has been resealed. Why? Some say it's to prevent looting or further damage. Others whisper that what was truly found inside is far more dangerous than the public has been told. Conspiracy theories are multiplying. Was the discovery of the chamber the real reason for sudden visits by global leaders to Egypt in recent years? Why were private aerospace firms quietly involved in scanning and analysis? And why did several top scientists associated with the project suddenly resign, citing personal reasons? More unsettling are the leaked documents, unverified but compelling, claiming that another chamber, deeper still, was discovered beneath the Sphinx. A second probe is said to have captured images of metallic objects and walls inscribed with glowing script. Official channels deny the existence of a second chamber, but whistleblowers claim otherwise. Whether true or not, one thing is clear. The discovery inside the Great Pyramid is not just rewriting history, it's rewriting the story of humanity itself. Our ancestors may not have been primitive builders struggling with stone. They may have been the inheritors of a forgotten science, a cosmic legacy passed down through cryptic symbols and ancient myths. And the pyramids, these silent sentinels of stone, were their way of preserving that knowledge. The mystery is far from solved. Scientists continue to analyze the data. Linguists are still decoding the disk. Physicists are studying the pulses. And new exploratory missions are already being planned. Since the chamber's discovery, debate has ignited not just in the archaeological and scientific communities, but across philosophy, theology, and even the geopolitical landscape. If the Great Pyramid of Giza was not merely a tomb or a monument, but rather a technological instrument of some kind, then who truly were its architects? One emerging theory gaining traction in academic fringe circles suggests that the builders of the pyramid were not the Egyptians themselves, but a pre-dynastic civilization possessing advanced knowledge. This civilization, now lost to time, may have been the original source of the architectural and astronomical wisdom that the later Egyptian dynasties inherited and mythologized. Researchers now believe the pyramid's structure contains mathematical constants far beyond the supposed understanding of the time. Pi and the golden ratio appear throughout the design. The alignment with true north is within a fraction of a degree. The placement of the pyramid in relation to the Nile River and the Earth's equator demonstrates an understanding of planetary geometry so precise modern tools are required to even detect it. When asked how such ancient people could possess such advanced knowledge, traditional archaeologists have no satisfying answer. But now, with the chamber's discovery, new models are being proposed. A few brave scholars are proposing something radical: that the pyramid served as an energy collection and amplification system, perhaps similar to Nikola Tesla's theories on wireless power. The shape of the pyramid, the materials used, including conductive granite and insulating limestone, and its alignment with magnetic fields may have allowed it to serve as a resonator for vibrational or electromagnetic energy. This hypothesis aligns uncannily well with the energy pulses that were recorded after the chamber was opened. If the pyramid was, in essence, a power station of sorts, then the implications are massive. What kind of energy was it harnessing? And more importantly, was it ever turned off? Or has it been dormant, waiting for the right conditions to activate again? Speculation intensified when satellite imaging revealed heat anomalies along the base of the pyramid. Thermal cameras showed areas that retained heat far longer than the surrounding stone. These anomalies were dismissed for years as minor structural quirks until the pulses started. Now, scientists believe they may be entry points to a larger system of chambers, perhaps tunnels and conduits, that feed into the Earth itself. If so, then the pyramid is just the tip of an immense and intricate network, much of it still hidden beneath layers of bedrock and sand. Then came another shock. A team analyzing ancient texts found a lesser-known papyrus in the Cairo Museum archives. It was long believed to be an unrelated agricultural ledger, but when translated again using modern software and compared with the spiral disk's language, something clicked. It described the black heart of the pyramid that sings with the breath of the earth. The papyrus even referenced a sky mirror, a reflective surface used for observing not the sky as it is, but as it will become. Could the disk be that mirror? Is it a kind of projection device? A form of interactive ancient technology meant to communicate a timeline, a message, or even a warning? Some researchers now think so. Another part of the translation referred to a catastrophic event, described as the time the heavens fell and the earth cried out. Many interpret this as a reference to a massive solar flare, asteroid impact, or cosmic event that devastated a prior age of mankind. That event may be what the pyramids were built to monitor, or perhaps even prevent. The implications rippled into astrophysics. NASA quietly confirmed that a particularly unusual solar alignment will indeed occur in 2042, coinciding with the convergence described in the disk's translation. The alignment involves not just planetary bodies within our solar system, but gravitational interactions with nearby stellar clusters. While not catastrophic in a traditional sense, The energetic forces involved could potentially disrupt Earth's magnetic field, impact satellites, and even trigger seismic activity. If the ancient builders somehow knew this, how? And more importantly, how did they encode all of it into a structure made of millions of stones, aligned with stars, powered by geometry? More attention turned to the disk. After isolating specific repeating sequences, cryptographers realized the spiraling text was not just static information. It contained conditional instructions, if-then statements, like computer code. The AI team working on the decoding project believes this disk may be part of a control system, or at least an access key to something much larger. The question now, what is it trying to unlock? Some believe it might link to other pyramids across the globe. Pyramids in Mesoamerica, China, and even Sudan follow similar geometric principles. A few even align on what some call the world grid, a theoretical network of energy lines crisscrossing the globe, often marked by ancient structures. In Bolivia, engineers studying the ruins of Tiwanaku began detecting similar geometric carvings and patterns matching those in the Giza disk. These civilizations were not supposed to be connected. Yet here they are, echoing the same symbols, the same science, the same message. Is this proof of a once global knowledge system? An ancient civilization united by technology and purpose? The implications grew deeper still. Linguists feeding more disk data into the AI uncovered one final unsettling translation. The Watchers return when the sky breathes red. The phrase was written multiple times, always at the center of spiraling texts. Could this be poetic metaphor? Or an ancient reference to a real celestial event? One interpretation connects it to the red auroras caused by geomagnetic storms, something that happens during intense solar activity. Could this message be a countdown to another cosmic upheaval? And are we prepared? The Egyptian government remains tight-lipped, and the team that entered the chamber has since been forbidden to speak publicly under international confidentiality agreements. However, leaked audio of an internal meeting, now circulating on encrypted forums, includes a voice believed to be one of the lead researchers saying, "We opened something we cannot yet understand, but it is awake now, and it's listening." The statement has fueled everything from wild conspiracies to legitimate philosophical questions about what constitutes intelligence and presence in non-living systems. Was the pyramid just a machine or something more? Could it possess a form of awareness, one so alien to our understanding that we fail to recognize it? There is also growing speculation that what was activated may have implications for consciousness itself. During post-exposure testing, several researchers who spent prolonged time in the chamber reported heightened awareness, lucid dreams, and altered perception. EEG scans showed unusual brainwave patterns, alpha and theta waves peaking in strange synchrony. This has led some to believe the pyramid may have been a consciousness-enhancing device, not just a power plant. Imagine that, an ancient structure capable of amplifying human awareness, opening the mind to higher frequencies, or even non-local communication. Were the builders trying to send a message through time? Or were they teaching us how to reach out, beyond time? This is where things begin to shift from science into something more metaphysical. In ancient Egyptian texts, there is frequent mention of the Duat, the realm of the gods, the underworld, the place between life and death. It was not just a spiritual domain, but a cosmic one, where stars and souls intersected. Several symbols found in the hidden chamber match those in ancient Duat maps carved into tombs in the Valley of the Kings. If the pyramid was not just a monument, but a gateway, then the chamber may be a kind of terminal, a space where one communicates not with the dead, but with whatever lies beyond the physical. And now that terminal is open. Religious leaders have begun weighing in. Some call the discovery the return of the Tower of Babel, a forbidden link between heaven and earth. Others believe it proves that human history has been tampered with or influenced by higher intelligence, be it divine, extraterrestrial, or something else entirely. And still, the pulses continue. Soft, rhythmic vibrations that no one can fully explain. They seem to be increasing slowly, almost like a countdown. Some researchers are terrified, others are hopeful. What happens if the pyramid becomes fully active? If it is indeed part of a network, then its awakening could trigger a global cascade, reactivating long-dormant systems across the planet. Sensors in other ancient sites have been quietly installed to monitor for anomalies. Already reports of strange electromagnetic patterns in places like Angkor Wat, Chichen Itza, and Easter Island are surfacing. Is the world waking up? Or is something else waking up within it? The final segment of the disk, still only partially translated, ends with a chilling line. When the stones remember, the sky will open. That sentence has sparked endless theories. Some say it refers to a celestial portal, a wormhole, or even a form of dimensional overlap. Others believe it's poetic, a metaphor for rediscovering lost knowledge and returning to a higher state of consciousness. But a few, those who have been inside the chamber, say it means something more literal. They claim that while inside, there was a sensation of weightlessness, of time slowing, of voices not audible, but present, communicating not in words, but in understanding. Whatever truth lies behind that experience, it cannot be ignored. Not anymore. The chamber in the Great Pyramid is not a hoax. It is not a tourist attraction. It is not even just a historical relic. It is a key that opens doors within us and perhaps far beyond us. As the countdown toward the 2042 convergence continues, more scientists, researchers, and even governments are preparing. Preparing for what? They still don't know. But one thing is certain, the secrets of the pyramid were never meant to remain buried forever. They were waiting for us, for a time when we would be advanced enough to detect the signals, smart enough to decode the symbols, and brave enough to open the door. That time is now. The chamber has been opened, and nothing will ever be the same again.